so today's date is 8/30/22. 8/30/22. Look at us, yay us. And today we are going to. Is today the 30th? Yeah, right? Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. We're gonna just simply do decimal to percent, and it's the easiest thing in the world. It's easier than making cereal. All right, we're ready? Okay. We're gonna think of the word deep, right? So we're gonna think of the word deep always in our head. It's in a thinking bubble. We're going to go decimal to percent. So we're going to move to the right how many spaces? 2, because there's 2 E's in the word deep. So we're going to move 2 spaces to the right. So that's what we always got to think about. 2 spaces to the right. All right, so if I have the decimal 0.63, what is the percent equivalent to 0.63? Yeah, 63%, right? We're taking it slow today. Too much stuff going on. So this would be 63%. Does anybody know where the decimal went? Yeah, it's in the back right here. Do we usually put it? No, usually it just disappears, right? So again, you have your decimal here. How many times do we move it? 2. So it would be 1 and a 2, and then it becomes 63%. Yes, it's that easy. All right, let's do another one. 0.48. What percent would be 0.48? 48%. Yeah, 48%. Right? We just move the decimal 2 times, and we get 48%. Yes, it's that easy. And make sure you're writing all of this down, so if I ever look in your notebook, I don't get scared, and I go, what happened? I go like, oh, look, there's all your notes. Yay. All right, I'm going to give you a hard one. Are you ready? 0.7. What would 0.7? 70. Yeah. What do I not want to hear? 7, right? It is 70%. Okay, so how many times do I move it? 2 times. But Miss O'Malley, there's only one number. It doesn't matter. You still have to move it 1, 2. What do you fill in this empty space with? A 0, right? So it's 70%. What's the number one mistake kids do? They see this and they think it's 7. It's not 7, it's 7D. We good? Okay, so far so good. I told you it's going to be easy. Here's another hard one. 1.5. What would be our percent of 1.5? Yeah. Whoever said that. How many times do I move it? Twice. What do I fill in this empty space with? A 0. So it would be 150%. This is like if you would get extra credit on the test. Wow, you scored 150%. Woo, yay. It's going to improve your grade. Okay? So if there is a, wherever it is, you move it 2 times to the right, you fill in any empty spaces with 0. And sometimes it is over 100%. Okay. What if it's 0.09? What would be the percent of 0.09? How many times do you move it? Twice. 1, 2. So what percent is this? 9. 9. What happens to this 0 in the front? Kind of disappears, right? So look at the difference between this one and this one. You see, this one didn't have a 0. We added it to the back. This one had a 0 in the front. Zeros in the front kind of disappear. All right. So, yeah. We okay? We're struggling? We okay? All right. Let's go let's not confuse you. We're gonna practice this, and then I'll confuse you. Deal? All right. The only ones I'm really worried about when kind of walking, the front page, number 3 is 7%, and number 4 is 40%. So double check that you have 7 for number 3 and 40 for number 4. Those are the two that, if you were gonna make a mistake, this is where most likely you made the mistake. And then letter C at the bottom, which is the correct answer for letter C? B as in boy. Very good. In the back, were there any tricky ones? What's the answer for number 3 on the back? 70%, right? And what's the answer for letter C? Oh, that was so hard. Letter C. Section C was D, right? D. All right. Did you like the connecting? I felt like that was very elementary school. Brings me back to elementary. All right. Pretty easy? Yeah? Okay. Let's switch over and go backwards. So I didn't want to confuse you. So now we're going to go backwards. So we're in our notes. What if I go backwards this way? So what if I go and I tell you, you got a 98% on your test. Yay, a 98% in A. What decimal is 98%? 0.098. Yeah. 0.98. You could also add the 0. I'll be honest with you. I usually don't write the zeros. I'm not used to it. If you're used to it, you can definitely write the 0. I am not. So now we're going to go to the left. How many times? 2 times. So when you have a percent and you don't see a decimal, do I see a decimal on here? No. You have to remember this. When you don't see a decimal, it's in the back. Okay? So when there is no decimal, it's in the back, Jeffrey. And then we bring it to the front. Yay, yes, we're paying attention. Woo. All right, what if you failed to pay attention to your teacher? It's terrible. And you get a 5% on the test. What is my decimal of 5%? 0.05. So from here, you start from the back. And then we go forward. 1 and 2. And what do I fill in this missing section with? A 0. Look at my fancy 0 right there. So this would be 0.05. Does it matter if I put that 0 or not? Yes. If you don't put that 0, it becomes 50%, and it's not 50%. All right. What if you got super extra credit and you scored 121%? Wow. You earned extra credit, Oliver. We're writing all of this down. All of it. Todo. All right. So what would be my decimal equivalent of 121%?
1.21.
Yeah, love it. Move it twice. Uno, dos. And it would be 1.21. Good. Yes?
When do we leave?
When I dismiss you?
Oh.
Easy?
Yeah.
Super easy?
Yeah.
Let me see. Should I give you another worksheet or not?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No, please.
Oh my god. It's as hard as the one you just did.
That's because there's nothing to do. It's
It's as hard as the one we just did. I'm gonna probably make an assignment and upload, but not today. Maybe not tomorrow. One day. Keep it. Dude, I'm a pro. I mean, Ramirez, I thought I was a pro. What is this? This one? Percent to decimal. Thanks. All right. We might not finish, but we'll see. Okay, so for the first one, it's 60%. So Remember, when you don't see a decimal, that's the hardest part. Miss Amelia, I don't see a decimal. It's in the back. So we move it to the front, 1, 2, because now we're going from P to D. So we go to the left, from percent to decimal. So it would be 0.60 or 0.6. You can do that too. All right. What's your answer for number 2? 1.5 or 1.50. Okay. Move it 2 times. Okay. So the decimal now is between the 1 and the 5. Okay. What's our answer for number 3? 1.8, 1.80, both of those work. All right, let's keep going, keep going, keep going.